Hi, this is LK Priest, and it's been about a week since 4.2 came out, so today I'm going to talk a bit about the Legendary Staff, the Hyjal Dailies, the Celestial Dragon, tips on Archeology, as well as account security. So let's check it out. How are you enjoying your Hyjal Dailies? So far, most of you should have them unlocked, and if not, be sure to get those done. Again, like I said in a previous blog, make sure that you do the Hyjal quest up until Asina's Miracle. That way you can talk to Madoclaw, the NPC at the Sanctuary of Melorn, to start opening them up. Also, if you haven't done the quest line for Thrall, you do get a free epic back after the end of the quest line, and you talk to the Farseer near the main city ports. So that will take you into Nordrassil, or in Hyjal, and then you do the quest line from there. And unfortunately, I didn't get video on those. I wish I did. If I do find some footage, I'll stick those up there. But it's actually pretty straightforward and well worth it. But in the process, I have found a few bugs that I hope they fix. I know one actually has been fixed, and that's the first few days of patch 4.2 coming out. There was actually a bug where if players turned in their quests, like around server reset time, then they got extra marks of the world tree. And there's a few players out there that do have a few extras, and I told one of my guildies that I wasn't going to video blog about it because I didn't want to sound like I'm QQing, but here I am anyways. But there are a few bugs that I've noticed, one of which is in Sethria's Roost, and you have like a few NPC protectors going with you to help kill the elites down in Sethria's Roost and to do some quests over there. And if you're killing the mob and say somebody from the opposite faction is also doing that mob, then after that mob goes down, then the NPCs start fighting each other and then you. So that's actually a real pain in the butt, and I've actually died quite a few times. I've also killed people that way too, and I didn't notice what was going on until it said like honor corporal or something, like it showed I'm getting honor points, and I didn't realize about it till later. And I put in a ticket to GM, and it took them a while to respond, but they did, and so they're probably gonna fix this, I hope, once the server gets back up, because it's a real pain in the ass. But otherwise, for those of you on the Molten Front staging area, for those of you who are getting into like a lot of PvP action over there, because I am on a PvP server, I will sometimes go near the guards, and then I'll run back up into the staging area where it's neutral for everybody. And because there'd be like say 3 alliance ganging up on me, and so like I'll disperse and then run up there and not die. But that's one tip, is to kind of like use the guards to your advantage, and that's one great way to prevent yourself from getting killed unnecessarily. But I hope all of you are enjoying the dailies, and if you go into the cave, you can already get a neck, a nice 365 neck, and once you open up more of the dailies, then you can get more items, and once you collect 150 world tree marks, then you can start opening up NPCs too. So good luck with that. For those of you lucky enough to get the Legendary Staff, they've added an extra spell to the Legendary Staff called Tarecgosa's Visage, and what that would do is it's actually a built-in flying mount which would turn you into Tarecgosa, so it looks amazing. So on top of all the other perks of getting that staff, you also get to become a cool dragon. So, but unlike the Sandstone Drake, or from Vial of the Sands, it is not like a 2-person mount. So, still, you get to run around and pretend you're a dragon. So, bonus there. So those of you who are going through content really fast and are now 7 out of 7, your guild will probably be like one of the first to get it. But if you're still like in the stage of just farming trash and things like that from Firelands for rep, right now you're probably seeing a lot of epics and recipes and things drop, which is good. And I'm not sure if they're gonna actually nerf the drop rate, or if this is the actual drop rate because of just the sheer volume of all the trash out there. But have fun and good luck. So if you're like me and you're a little bit pet obsessed, once 4.2 hit, you got your pets for the 100, 125, and 150 pet achievements. And I actually just recently got my Celestial Dragon. And a bit of a funny story is I was at 149 pets, and I did everything I possibly could to get whatever pets I could, short of winning the Midsummer Festival pet as well as the Tovir pet. But I did manage to get the rest of the Archeology pets. And I was at 149, and I told last night about it. So he logged on the Blizzard Pet Store and told me to pick a pet. And so I picked Lil XT, and it was between actually him and Ragnaros. And I picked Lil XT because he's a train wrecker, and it'll free my bag up that one extra slot for the train wrecker. And I like his little exercise. So that was the pet I actually picked. But for those of you who are actually missing the Argent tournament pets, I actually helped an alliance get their pets, and he in turn also helped me with his pets. I mean, with the Amenville hatchling, or lashling pet, sorry. And it was actually a big help because I had a really hard time finding it. So it's still viable to still farm those pets, and especially with these new pet achievements out, they're actually, like harder to find now, I think, because not as many people are doing it. But it's definitely worth it to get it done, and then even to just sell it on the auction house or the neutral auction house. So that's my little pet tip for those of you who are frustrated and just need that last pet and don't want to level up somebody from the opposite faction, is to maybe just find someone to help you out. So either on the forum or start up a tune or something. And that's my little tip for you there. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about account security. The other day my friend got hacked twice within 2 days, and the second time it happened, I watched helplessly as that person had free reign of his tunes and go through all of his stuff. But I was unable to do anything, and I wrote a ticket, and Blizzard didn't respond for several hours after that. And I just want to stress again how important it is to have good account security, meaning watch what you download, make sure your antivirus software is updated, and to scan your computer regularly, as well as get an authenticator. Even though Blizzard now has better authentication or login software now, it's still good to stay as safe as you can, so as safe as possible. But Blizzard's actually helping him with antivirus. Apparently his really sucked, or he didn't have any, something like that. I don't know. He was really dicey about that. But just be really safe out there. And authenticators are just $6. It's totally worth, preventing the stress and whatever. And you also get a free pet, so win-win, right? So be safe out there. So if you're like me, you're probably knee-deep in archaeology, or maybe you find it too boring or too tedious to even bother. But it's worth it, especially if you want the pet from Tovir, the Crawling Claw, or the Mount, the Battle Tank. Also, there's great trinkets, rings, and staffs, and swords, and stuff that you can also get there, as well as it's a good money maker. So I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've done I don't know how many Tovir solves. I lost count at about 30. But I have a few tips to help you pass the time and to maybe even increase your chances of getting a good solve. So my first tip is to use the flight paths when possible. If you tend to auto run or just try to fly there yourself, you're basically just stuck there and you have to kind of worry about where you're going. Or if you just happen to AFK and you fly off into the ocean and you die from fatigue, then you'd have to spirit res back, and that also costs quite a bit of gold and a lot of frustration. So use the flight paths when possible. Also, another tip is to section off your dig sites. So I have my southern area, which would be Silithus, Angora Crater, Tanaris, and Uldum, and then the rest would be considered like the northern area, and I'll do everything that's nearby. But once I get like say 3 solves down in the southern area, then I'll head down there. And there has been instances where I had 3 Uldum dig sites and 1 say like up in Winter Spring, and I did the 3 and then more kept popping up till I had like 6 dig sites in a row. So that's one tip. And also I know some people will tend to hold all their solves, like say in Tolvir, and then do it all at once, like a big you know, just solve after solve after solve, as well as saving their hieroglyph fragments. But I recommend just solving it kind of as you go, because I don't know, for me it just seems like I get more dig sites that way rather than doing it the other way. And then of course set your hearth to a convenient location. Like I like to use Orgrimmar, of course, for me, and that also saves a bit of time that way. Another tip is to have a gathering profession. So if you're an herbalist, miner, or skinner, or if you have 2 gathering professions, and then you're doing that while you're mining, while you're surveying your archaeology, it's a great way to make money, and you know, another way to kind of spend time so that you're not just flying from space, you know, from place to place. Another tip is to have something to listen to, so like an audiobook, a podcast, or a video blogger. I like to listen to Boogie 2988. Sometimes I'll also listen to stand-up comedy like Dave Chappelle, for example. You can also like watch a movie or TV or whatever on your computer, but just having something extra to occupy your time also helps a lot. Another tip is it's a great time to queue up for your BGs or like a dungeon or something, and you know, you're just sitting around waiting anyways, so that's another way to kind of like spend time and stuff. And my final tip is to have a traveler's tundra mammoth if possible, or even having like the Argent pony bridle. That also helps. And then that way, you know, you're not running around looking for a vendor to sell all your great items and like the miscellaneous things that you pick up from mobs and stuff like that. But having that is a great time saver. You shave off a few minutes and spare yourself the tedium of looking for NPCs. So those are my tips for archaeology, and I've gotten all the archaeology pets except for the Tolvir one. So for those of you who are also pet obsessed like me, good luck out there. Well, that's it for me for today. I'd like to dedicate this episode to Overload from my server, but he's on the Alliance faction, and he helped me greatly by getting my Amonvale Lashling, so good luck on your pet endeavors. I also helped him by getting the Horde side pets that he needed, and he also reciprocated by giving me like mountains and mountains of ore. So I really appreciate all your help there. I'd also like to give a special thanks to Last Night. Thank you, baby, for helping me out with my pet endeavors and for getting my 150th pet for me. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Well, that's it for me for today. This is LK Priest saying thanks for watching and happy gaming.